Greetings and welcome to the 1/6 Scale Man Probably presents another episode of The Corner. I'm your host, Leo Rockwell. For the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you're always up to date as to what we got going on over here on the channel. It seems that Hot Toys this week was met with a tad bit of controversy. Now, let me say it this way. I don't think that any of this was deliberate. I think that art is art and all art is expressive. I think that there's a place for it and that, it doesn't exclude this piece as being art. And again, it is. This was something that, again, was their first introductory they did years ago. Comes from an artist that, pretty much is known for these particular pieces. So with that said, I can appreciate the artistic value and the integrity of the piece. I just think that maybe this was just the wrong timing. With the current climate, and especially the current political climate and things that actually happened and what happened last week with the whole Michelle Obama, meme video that was basically made into which it was a mockery and they were depicted as gorillas, monkeys. I just think that to say that they need to read the room, I'm not going to, because again, they're a totally different country, whatever, but I'm pretty sure that they watch the news. So knowing that, I would have said, maybe we might want to delay this by a week or a month or whatever, especially during Black History Month. We already know that right now the climate is not neutral and that there's a pushback on even us here who are United States citizens, who are African Americans, people of color that they want to basically, stay. It is a struggle to be in this particular space. So it's a sensitive subject and it's a high level of sensitivity that's going around. So I just want to stress that not saying that this piece doesn't exist and shouldn't exist. I just think the timing might have been slightly off. So we're going to talk about this in just a few moments. But before we do, I do want to actually just pay homage, of course, to the places where we get our collectibles, our figures from. Starting off, of course, which you know who it is, man. It's my man, my bro, every day, all day. Ray over there at Underground Figures. That's Ray. Underground Figures, always giving you what you need to proceed. No NRD, shipping and handling is reasonable. Sign up for that newsletter so you're always up to date as to when your figures are going to arrive and new figures being revealed. Create yourself an account because you never know when it might be. Free shipping. Hit him up. He'll take care of you. Also, we want to give a shout out to my man Ray over there at Hawk Wars Toys. It's Hawk Wars Ray, always giving you what you need. Your one-stop shop for NR Collectibles. Proud sponsor for everything that we got going on over there at Figure Flex Friday Facebook group. You get a nice little care package, comic book stickers, figures, works. Hit him up. He definitely got your back. Also, we want to give a shout out to our guy Jacob over there at Comic Relief, Comic Collectibles. It's not just about the comics, but it's also about the figures as well. We want to, always pay homage to that. Again, you get everything that you need to proceed. When you hit him up, he'll definitely take care of you. So that's my man. Also, we want to give a shout out to our guy, Brian Wong over there at Machu Case, Machu Space. I have the model. You can get a display option of your choice. Hit him up. He'll definitely take care of you when needed. All you have to do is go up to where it says collectible collections. You pick one of the options, and there you go. You'll be taken care of. Last but not least, got to give a shout out to Tina Cruz, El Deluvio, my sister over there on Instagram and Facebook. If you're looking to take your experience from here to there, as far as the figure experience, hit her up, and she'll definitely take care of you. Now, let's talk about this. This is basically called Brothers Work Space Worker. Now, this is actually a Brothers Free limited edition, basically. Again, I think this is what they're saying, the 25th anniversary of the line, released. I can honestly look at this piece and say, it is a beautiful piece. So the problem isn't here with this piece. I think this is absolutely beautiful. It's, for some reason, it just almost reminds me of Thandie Newton, the actress. but I think it's different. It's very unique. It's a very unique looking piece. You have the white dreadlocks. It obviously gives features of a woman of color. And with gorgeous eyes and whatever, freckles, everything. And so of course we see that, you know what I mean? And that's not a problem. I love what you get from this, what the piece represents. And actually, I don't have a problem with it at all. This piece that I see right here, I have no problems with. This one looks decent. It looks absolutely fantastic. I love the accessories, and I know nothing about this piece, but it looks good, and I don't want to take away from that at all. It looks great. And there will be some people out there that are familiar with this IP and that will get it, and I have no qualms with that. You know what I mean? Looking at this particular piece, looks incredible, looks decent. I think the problem, okay, when we're looking at all of these pieces, we're looking at this, and it's only 600 pieces, limited edition. The problem is with this right here, and the depiction of that particular character, where it almost looks like a monkey. And they said that the person who basically writes this or created this has this fixation with primates like monkeys and stuff like that, which is cool. I mean, whatever it is. And there's going to be questions of whether or not it should exist or not. I know, and I'm not here to tell you that it should or shouldn't at all. I'm definitely not living in that space, but I will say that sometimes you just have to understand that timing is of the essence. And of course, this was going to spark a bit of controversy that I've seen already so far. Again, it's that level of sensitivity. So we got to kind of see both sides. Current climate is definitely not up to par. Things are a bit weighted. Not too many people, and the safeguard of this is that we in the community are familiar with Hot Toys as a brand, as a company. As big as we think it is, it's not as big in, just as big as we would want to think in pop culture. And on top of that, in existence. Not too many people really know about it in entertainment. Not too many people. You have to be basically a top tier or a tier collector to really understand what it is. So a lot of people don't know. So some may basically gloss over and may not see this, but we do because we're in a collecting community. With that basically being said, do I have a problem with this? And I will actually say no, I don't. But I just think that you need to read the room. You need to know that with today's climate and how things work, sometimes delaying it, giving it a little bit of time to kind of cool down, the temperature to cool down. You have the Trumpism over here and ice and all this other stuff that's happening right now. It's running rampant all over the United States. It's a lot of shit that's happening. So I think that you might want to kind of just calm the temperature a little bit before you just, do that. And I'm pretty sure you got the news. You watch the news, you see it. It's there, so you can't deny that it exists. But yeah, that's my take on it pretty much, is that I don't have a problem with how or your interpretation. It's just the timing of it. Plain and simple. It's the timing. And right now, it's just not good timing. It's my thoughts. We'll talk about this later on, probably in more depth discussion tonight on episode of Say What. Again, I'm your host, Leo Rockwell, for the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel, signing out. I hope you have a nice rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.